On today's show, we're going to discuss hiking boots. Not something you normally think about, but I think I might have found a really affordable and very comfortable pair that you should know about. That's right here, right now on Ham Radio for Non-Techies. Hey, I just want to take a moment to congratulate and welcome my new supporters to the channel over on Patreon. If you'd like to join my Patreon group, please go to patreon.com/HR4NT. Welcome back to the show, guys. This is Ham Radio for Non-Techies, where we try to simplify the ham radio hobby by getting you to study, pass, and get on the air as quickly as possible with the least amount of bad habits learned and formed. So today, I'm going to focus on something that's not quite ham radio, but it's something you got to think about, especially if you're doing POTA and SOTA activation, stuff like that. We rarely think about some of the other gear. We're always focused on the radios, the antennas, and our coax, and this and that, and creature comforts. Well, what about footwear? Makes sense, right? If you're going to be hiking out somewhere, you want to have decent footwear. So I did some research. I bought a pair of boots, and I've been trying them out for the past 2 months now, and I wanted to test them out with me first, because I go through boots like nobody's business. I usually buy the 8-inch Bates combat boots with a zipper side, and I've been wearing those for like 12 years. But I have to buy a pair every year because I'm so hard on my boots and shoes. I use them for everything, and I'm able to run and jump and climb trees, do anything I want in those boots, and they're great. But I wanted something specific that I could have that would be, if I want to go rock climbing, or not rock climbing, but if I want to go out and do a SOTA activation, I can get up some of these mountains and some of these hills and stuff without any problems. And I want something that's going to be comfortable. For me, shoes need to have a certain comfort level. If I'm going to be wearing them all day long, can I stand up in them? I got back problems here and there from accidents I've had in the past. And so a comfortable pair of shoes I'm able to stand up for hours on end is very important. Not to mention, if I'm walking for an extended period of time, a couple of miles or whatever, they have to be comfortable throughout the duration of that hike. So I looked at all different kinds. I went to REI, and I was going to go to my desktop here real quick. I went to REI's website. I actually went down. We have 2 REIs here in town. I went there and looked at their stuff. I looked online first. And you have Moab, you have Salomon, Obaz, and Keen. There's a whole bunch of major brands out there that a lot of people, I guess, that are professionals in this kind of stuff would purchase. Well, I picked out a couple pairs that I liked. I didn't love them. I liked them. And they were between, $180 and $265 for a pair of these things. I said, okay, well, maybe that's the price. Apparently I missed some meeting somewhere where, the world walks around wearing these kind of expensive shoes. But I figure if I'm going to get something, I want to get quality. I don't want to buy things twice. I don't like buying things twice. So I try to get the best I can get my hands on the first time. So I'm looking at the stuff, and I actually make the trek up to REI, and I go in there, and because of the current supply shortage and supply chain debacle, they didn't have half the stuff I was looking for. And the stuff they did have either wasn't comfortable or was way out of the price range I was willing to put on a pair of shoes. So I looked around some more. And what I ended up finding, and we'll go back into here, what I ended up finding was I went over to Academy. And I've got a link down below for these. You can get them on Amazon, probably a little bit cheaper than I got them at Academy. But I picked up a pair of these Merrells. And these are killer little boots. I'll pull one out here for you. These are the hiking boots that I chose. Get my mic around here, I can talk to you. So very good, nice deep tread. And I'll tell you what, I tried them on in the store, and like I said, I'm very particular about the comfort level that I want my shoes to be. And when I put these on, it was an absolute dream. I mean, I don't think I've ever felt a pair of boots or shoes that were as comfortable as these were. And I went ahead and looked at the different, I looked at all the different reviews on things. And you got to be careful with reviews. I know I'm a big proponent of looking at reviews before you buy something, but you got to look at the reviewer as well. And a lot of times people give something 2 stars because, oh, it's not the right shade of brown. I mean, that's not a strike against the product, so be careful when you're reading the reviews on things and use a little common sense and some judgment on it. But these came out, or I found these over at Academy, and I think they were $135, and they were on sale for like $108. and the sale had gone away, but they still had the tag up, so I made them give them to me for $108. So for $108, these were a very, very fantastic purchase. You'll notice on the bottom here, the little, what is that, the vibrant seal. That means you can basically walk across a glass floor that's covered in motor oil and you won't slip in these things. Very, very comfortable, very good traction on them everywhere I go. And you know, I'm in Texas. I don't have mountains. The closest mountains to me are like 800 miles away. So I'm usually using these out in the park, and we have hiking trails. Sometimes they're gravel, sometimes just raw land, and sometimes they're paved. But on any of those surfaces, these have served me well so far, and I put them through a pretty good test for the past couple months here. I want to go and cover basically what the some of the highlights. These are 100% suede and leather mesh, synthetic sole, and it says the shaft measures approximately from the ankle to the arch. So I guess it's like a reinforcement shaft inside these. The M-Select Dry seals out water and lets moisture escape so you stay dry when you're on the move. So they're not waterproof. I've seen shoes out there, some of the Salomons who are like, I think they said they were waterproof, but I've seen reports of people saying, well, they say they're waterproof, but they're not. I mean, look, if you're going to go out and you're going to be walking through streams and rivers and stuff, these things are probably not going to, you know, stay dry. But they do have the right material in them to make them wick away the air and keep you comfortable while you're out doing your thing. Closed cell foam tongue keeps moisture and debris out. Air cushion in the heels. Yeah, the shock absorption in these things, you can't really see it unless you try them on. Very, very good insoles on these. Very comfortable. I mean, I had plenty of room in here to move around inside the boot, and I've been very impressed with these. So I would consider, I would like you to consider purchasing something like this. You don't have to get this pair. Like I said, shoes are a very personal thing. Everybody's going to find what works for them. I just know that I'm picky enough to where I want a boot that's going to be reliable, it's going to be rugged, and it's going to perform well and be comfortable all at the same time. And I'm very strict on my standards on things because, I mean, you know, spending $100 on something, $100 just doesn't grow on trees. You know, that's a big chunk of change, and you just want spending $100, $200, $300 on a pair of boots. It's a pair of nice, you know, boots, not hiking boots. But I think these would serve you well. like I said, I've been putting them through the paces here, trying to destroy them, trying to do everything I can to make them fail, and they just keep working. And you can walk in them forever and ever and ever, and you're not going to be as fatigued as you might be in some other type of boot. So I want to show you real quick. Like I said, I've got the link down below for these, and we'll pop over back over to my desktop. So this is the actual boots here. And they do come in other colors if the brown is not your color, but that might increase the price. In this current configuration, you're looking at $93. So it's about, $15 less what I paid for them, maybe $14. And if you have Prime, they have a cool little feature here, a Prime try before you buy. So they'll send them to you. You can try them out. If you don't like them, you send them back. If you do like them, you go ahead and pay the price and you get to keep them. So I think that's a kind of a win-win. But you're really gonna have to try these on and see if they fit your feet the way you want them to feel, or the way you want the fit to be. I don't see any reason not to get a set of these. Again, if you're running out there, you're humping a bunch of stuff, you got backpacks, you got your radios, you're carrying other gear. You don't want to be worrying about if you're carrying all that stuff is going to make you tired and fatigued. So you might want to check something out like this. And it's something you got to consider. I mean, yeah, I've got sneakers and I've got other things, but I think these pretty much serve all the purposes that I need for a good pair of boots. They provide excellent ankle support. They're not too tight. You can adjust the firmness of how they, you know, obviously by tying them, you can adjust the firmness of how they feel on your feet and make it so that it's more comfortable. But I think that for the different things we have to deal with out here, I mean, out here I don't have to deal with mountains and rocks and stuff like that as much as I have to worry about, you know, snakes and gravel and things getting into your boots. These things have the type of sealing that they put around, the foam sealing around the upper part of your ankle will prevent that stuff from getting in there and getting, you know, rocks in your shoes and stuff. So that's an added plus. Now I know there's a couple other guys out there do more SOTA stuff. I know which is Christian Claiborne. Go back to my desktop here. Christian Claiborne has a YouTube channel. He's always doing SOTA stuff. He's going up mountains. I was watching a video he did the other night, and he's going up this mountain, and it looks like somebody just puked rocks all over the side of it, and anything from small rocks like this to large rocks. And he's going up the whole, escalating up to the top of this peak on this mountain, on this terrain. And I'm sitting here thinking, wow, you really got to have good stepping there, as well as good ankle support and balance, because you're carrying gear, you're doing all kinds of stuff. So I would think something like this would be really cool. He might be somebody, somebody who does more SOTA stuff. If you're looking to get more SOTA things, you might want to maybe message him on his channel. I think it's just Christian Claiborne. I'll put a link down below to his channel as well, and see what he thinks about footwear. K6ARK. Adam, he does SOTA stuff all the time. He's constantly hiking. He's always, if they go out and do SOTA stuff, he's the first one up the top of the mountain. So maybe I can get him on at some point in time if he's interested in coming on the show, and maybe we can discuss, footwear and see what options he suggests for these things. But I think these are important things to consider when you're going out and you're going to be out for an extended period of time. You're going to be away from home. You want good protection. You want comfortable footwear, and you want something that's going to be reliable. Now, this pair of boots here has 9,487 4.5-star ratings, and I went down and I read some of this stuff, and some people are complaining, all these things trashed on me, blah, blah, blah. Look, I am really, really rough on boots. I mean, I like I said, I go through a pair of these combat boots once a year. I got to go back up to Academy every year, buy a new pair. They keep raising the price. Nothing's changed, but they keep raising the price on them, and I keep buying them. But they only last about a year based on how I utilize my boots. These things so far, in the 2 months that I put them through, the traction on here hasn't even shown any signs of wear yet. I mean, I'm really, really impressed with how these look and how they perform so far. So, anywho, I was going to do a video of me walking around in them, but that doesn't help you out, right? Me videotaping me walking is going to help you understand how they feel, or if they're going to be good or bad for you. I would highly suggest hitting that link down below. Go check out, get your size. If you have Prime, do that try before you buy. Give them a shot and tell me what you think. I think they're really comfortable, and for the price, it's way below the $150 to $265 for the other competitor boots that REI carries, and they don't have in stock. These are in stock here. They were in stock at Academy, if you have an Academy in your state. I think also Sun and Ski Sports may carry these. So there's a couple different places you can go out. You can maybe check out Bass Pro Shop, or Cabela's might even carry them. So there's multiple places to find these things, but I think right here, this is a no-brainer here. You get them ordered, get them in 2 days, try them on, wear them for a little bit, and see what you like, if you like them. Now, I mean, if you do get a set of these boots, wear them for a day, walk around, do your normal stuff, and see how you feel at the end of the day. You can't really judge a pair of boots or shoes just on a 5-minute try on in a store and walking up and down an aisle and go, okay, those are great, and then buy them. That's what we do most of the time. And, but before I come out here with a review on something like this, put my name on a review for a particular brand of item, I wanted to put them through the paces with me and go through my tests and evaluation of them, and having them on. I like wearing these almost more than any other boots I have, and I try to put them on as much as possible. I'm trying to wear them too much because I bought them for doing POTA activations and hiking up in the trails and stuff like that, and I don't want to trash them by just walking around my neighborhood or walking around, as normal day-to-day stuff. But you can if you want to. I just think they're a fantastic little boot. So I guess wrapping it up here, I don't want to make this a really long video, but I told you guys I was going to do one on a review that wasn't really ham radio related, and this is that video. So I hope you guys will consider these. If you have any other suggestions, please put them down in the comments. I'd like to hear some discussions of what you guys think, or, am I off the rails completely? Let's get your opinions. Everybody's got an opinion on something, so let's hear yours. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It helps support the channel. If you're not a member of our Patreon group, please consider joining my Patreon and becoming a supporter there. That helps me keep coming out with more and more content and getting more gear to show you guys what's worth your time and what's not. And that's pretty much it. So until then, guys, have a great day. Stay safe. Go out and play radio. Ham harder. This is Ham Radio for Non-Techies, and we are clear.